Hey, Tanya. Here we are again.
Here I am.
Here you
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really get to talk about fitness.
That's right. We talked mostly about nutrition last time, which
Yeah.
is a huge part, but fitness does play a part.
Yes. I think we're all kind of feeling like sloths.
Being locked up for so long. Yeah, definitely. I think everyone's craving some movement and trying to figure out what to do and navigate the millions of stuff that is showing up online of what you should do.
Yeah.
And I think I've heard from a lot of people that they miss their routines of going to whether it's a class or the gym to work out.
Yeah.
And not having that structure in their lives is really hard now. And realistically, I think that would be one of the last things that they would open with all the close proximity and the machines
and the sweating and I would agree with you. I mean, with times being so uncertain and everyone being home, trying to find a routine, I can tell you, I don't even know how many days we've been in the house for. I still don't have a routine. I basically try to get it in or get any sort of exercise whenever I can. Try to keep moving.
Yeah.
I think it really depends on your kids' ages too, right? So you kind of have to base your routine around their activity.
Absolutely. So the first 2 weeks of lockdown, I had a 2-year-old who was napping. I now have a 2-year-old who doesn't nap anymore. So I don't have 2 hours in the afternoon to get a workout in. So now for me, what I've been doing with her is I get up with her in the morning and I invite her down for a workout with me. I mean, I don't necessarily get the hour that I would have put in at the gym, but I can get in 30 to 45 minutes thanks to Disney Plus and Netflix, Dora the Explorer, Mickey Mouse Club. But when she gets, when she's interested in what I'm doing, I invite her. I invite her to join me. I give her a small weight. I give her a resistance band and she tries to imitate what I'm doing. So that usually buys me a little bit of time, but it definitely depends on your kid's age for sure.
Yeah. So can you give us any ideas of what we can do if we don't have any fancy stuff around our house? Like if we don't have a gym in our house?
Absolutely. So a lot of people don't. And even the people who are realizing now that they want to buy stuff, there's not a lot out. Everything is back ordered. Shipping is 6 to 8 weeks away. My recommendation is to just find stuff at the house. The nice thing is if you have a little one, my little one's about 30 pounds. So I exercise with her, I'll do a glute bridge. I put her on my hips or I lie her down right on top of me and do sort of a press with her. She loves it. It's bonding time. I'm getting a workout in. Another thing you can use, wine bottles. I mean, LCBO is still open, so you can still get wine bottles in, and you can sit on the couch and do some presses.
Love it.
So doing that. That's another thing. If you're not a drinker and you don't have wine in the house, a can of beans, you don't have to have super heavy weights, for that kind of stuff. I mean, alternatively, most people have laundry detergent. Nice big guy like this for your squats. And then trying to find an appropriate workout too, right? Because you're working with limited equipment. You want to slow down a little bit, right? Because if you're used to using 50 pounds, let's say for your squat at the gym, this 12-pound bottle of laundry detergent might not feel the same. Now, if you slow down your eccentric move, which is the lowering of the weight, so you stand up with a 1 or 2 count, when you come down, instead of doing the same 2 count you would do at the gym with the 50 pound, what you can do is do a 5 count. So it's called doing negatives. So just slow, slow, slow on the way down, which is what helps to build strength.
Well, that's smart. Like resistance training.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And the weather is getting nicer, so we don't have to feel like we're, stuck inside all the time. Like, I mean, we've had snow, so, stuck in the house is good.
Absolutely. But just doing stuff outside. I mean, you can do a push-up anywhere. I mean, and just because you can't do a full push-up from the ground doesn't mean you can't do them against your patio table or off a step. So that way you're on a bit more of an incline, which makes it a little bit easier for you. Drop to your knees. I mean, for example, the back of the couch right here is a perfect height for a beginner push-up. Do your push-ups, bring your arms a little bit closer, superset them with a tricep push-up. You can do these while your kids are watching TV. I luckily have a very active 2.5-year-old, and every time she wants me to chase her around the kitchen island, I do it. We go for a sprint, and then I'll go back to the couch and we do 2 push-ups, put her on my lap, do a couple glute bridges, and before you know it, you've just got these movements in and you feel a little bit better after being cooped up for so long. You don't have to be so hard on yourself that I didn't get that hour workout. I didn't put in all that time. Times are a little bit tricky right now. It's a little bit tough. Not everybody has support at home. Not everyone has someone to look after their children, or a lot of people are homeschooling. Don't be so hard on yourself. Get it in when you can. Be gentle with yourself. Every little bit counts.
Yeah. And if you have a dog, go for multiple walks.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what? It's amazing because I drag my 12-year-old every day for a walk. And some days he wants to go, some days he doesn't, but we go every day. And it's amazing to me how many people aren't walking. Like, I know we shouldn't all be congregating, but I don't see too many people out and about.
I agree with you. I rarely
think. Yeah.
I mean, getting the steps in,
yeah.
getting the walks in, fairly simple. I mean, if you have some space in your backyard, just run around, do some sprints back and forth.
Oh my gosh. I've seen the neighbor kids doing that in their backyard. I'm like, what are they doing? Are they going to get a ball or something? But no, I think they're trying to keep up they're training their endurance, because they're like really sporty kids. They go from hockey to lacrosse or baseball in the summer, and they've got to keep it up or else they'll lose it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you just have to, like, every little bit counts. I mean, for people that have playgrounds in their backyard, if your kids are climbing all over them, those monkey bars are great for pull-ups.
We'll see how well that play structure was built.
Exactly.
Was it put together properly? Let's see.
There's stuff you can do, with the or, on the side of the trampolines.
Yeah.
Lots of ways you can sort of incorporate some sort of movement in your day if you don't have access to equipment.
Well, I thought I saw you on Instagram a few weeks ago lifting your couch.
Yes, so we rearranged the basement. I was not helpful in moving our 3,000-pound pool table. My husband took care of that. However, I decided to take a little break and deadlift the couch. Yeah, so I mean, our couch isn't very heavy, but it was moving. Taking a little break, getting some exercise, focusing on form. I threw my daughter on top at one point and added an extra 30 pounds, and I was just moving on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just getting out there and doing yard work and stuff, like those leaf bags can get pretty heavy.
Absolutely. It's a lot of work, just doing all that stuff around the house.
Yeah.
So how do people find the right way of going about it if they're completely is there great programs? Do you suggest any lifeline programs?
The Peloton app right now, I like. It's got cardio. It's also got, if you have kids, it's got these 5-minute brain breaks. So it's 5 minutes, and it basically has someone walking you through exercises where you stand like a flamingo. So you're standing on one foot and then you have to reach the ground. So it's kind of like you're doing a single leg deadlift, but for the kids, they get a little brain break from either the schoolwork or just looking at the TV or whatever it is, and then you get a little bit of a 5-minute exercise. I think they're offering 30 days free right now. There's a lot of apps out there that are offering 30 days at home for free. If you were working with a trainer previously, definitely reach out to them, because a lot of them have programs that they've been putting together, or they'd be happy to put together something based on either what you have at home or what your needs are. Especially if you've got some specific concerns. If you've already been working with someone, it might be nice to reach out to them. Also to support local, because most of your trainers are stuck at home with their kids and not working, and probably be happy to put something together.
Yeah,
Absolutely. There was actually one of my neighbors, I don't know if she's still doing it, but she's a trainer, and she was doing Saturday morning workouts on the driveway. So everyone stood on their driveway and did the workout. So if you've got a trainer or a aerobic instructor in your neighborhood, ask them to do it.
Absolutely.
It looks like a lot of fun.
I've seen some posts online where there's trainers in the Costco line or at the Walmart line, warming everybody up outside. Those are great. I would, if you've got the property space, get some tires off, old tires, flip some tires, do some sprints, get outside, enjoy the warmer weather, moving. But for sure, if you have any concerns or, any injuries or anything like that, I would reach out to someone and not just start out with whatever you find for free online, because you might end up hurting yourself.
Yeah.
That's the thing that concerns me, because I have like a bad, bad back, and I'm always concerned about doing exercises that might throw it out. Like, I'm very cautious and, have specific warm-ups before we go out to work. So I'm very cautious about what we do, and because we work in a 2-person team, it's easier for Juliet and I to manage all of that, which is fantastic. But for me to go and download some random program, it makes me really, really nervous.
Yeah, I would suggest, a lot of them have modifiers or like an option in the videos. So, if you're just starting out, like I said, I wouldn't tell you to go drop down and do 10 push-ups if that's not where you're at. That's the nice thing about working with a trainer one-on-one. They can assess you and see where you are. When you're doing it online, it becomes a little trickier, and people often feel at home like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I didn't do that, or I can't do that push-up. Take it easy on yourself. Do the modifications until you build up the strength. There's nothing wrong with starting from the bottom and working up and building up that strength. It's your journey. You don't have to compare yourself to anybody else.
That's so true. That's so true. Well, it's awesome. Well, thank you so, so much.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yes. And hopefully, people will contact you for some exercises and some rolling around their yards.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to post something on Instagram after this, after you post yours. So hopefully people can take a look at little freebie that I'm going to put up. But if anyone's got any questions, reach out to me. For sure, I'd love to put something together and help them out.
Awesome. Yay. Thank you.
So welcome.
We'll have to follow this up in a couple of weeks and see how everybody's doing.
Yes, absolutely.